In today's episode, I'm going to answer the question, should I eat bread? Hi, I'm Naturopath Katherine Maslen. Welcome to 2 Minutes to Health. In today's episode, I'm going to answer the question, should I eat bread or not? And it's a question that I get asked a lot. So bread can be a really detrimental food, and for a lot of people, bread just isn't a great thing. But the real problem with bread really is the type of bread that we're eating more than anything. So most people are eating bread that's highly processed. It doesn't have a lot of fiber, it's not whole grain, and also it's made by a fast rise yeast intensive process, which means basically they're using yeast and it's rising the bread really fast. So traditionally bread was actually made by a sourdough method, which meant that they actually used sourdough natural cultures and fermented the bread, which could take 12 to 24 hours, this process. And with a traditionally fermented sourdough bread, that fermentation actually allows the proteins and gluten to be broken down in the bread and for the nutrients to be released. And sourdough bread is actually much easier on your digestive system and much better than your conventional breads. So there's one thing. The other thing when looking at bread is you might not be able to handle wheat very well. A large proportion of the population just doesn't do well with wheat. Sourdough wheat may be a little bit better, but you might want to consider having something like rye or spelt or kamut sourdough and trying that out. I don't actually recommend that people eat gluten-free bread, and the reason for that is because gluten-free bread is really processed. It tends to have a lot of additives in it. It's usually made from white rice flour, so it's not actually a health food as such. So if you are going to eat bread, and if you are gluten sensitive, really bread isn't something that I'd recommend on a regular basis. But if you're okay with gluten, then things like spelt and rye in a sourdough sense might be okay. So the trick with eating bread is that it needs to be fermented and sourdough. I'd actually avoid wheat unless you're totally cool with it, and it needs to be kind of from a whole grain organic source, and a little bit of bread every now and again is going to be okay in that sense. I'm Naturopath Katherine Maslen. This has been 2 Minutes to Health. Thanks for joining me. Please subscribe to my channel. I'd love to see you again.